Hey, hockey families, quick question. What's the best off-ice puck you've ever used? The new Puck Around Pro training puck has been called the most realistic off-ice puck ever made, and it's not just hype. It's the same size and weight as a real puck with a specially engineered core that delivers a true on-ice feel for stick handling and shooting. It's already earned hundreds of five-star reviews, and when it first launched, it sold out in just 1 week. Players, coaches, and trainers are loving it, and if your kid's out in the driveway or on the street or in the garage, this puck will take their training to the next level. It's a great way to support your player. It's also a great way to support our show. So don't wait. Head over to hockeywraparound.com right now. Use the code OKPH to grab a discounted 2-pack of the Puck Around Pro Training Puck. Again, that's hockeywraparound.com and use the code OKPH. These are not going to last long, so pause the episode and grab yours before they're gone. Thanks for being the best audience out there. Skate on. Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world, and welcome back to another edition of the Ride to the Rink. It's Mike and Lee together today. And, on our big episode this week of Our Kids Play Hockey, we talked about early hockey stars, right? The kid on your team, and this may be you or it may not be you, but the kid on the team who goes out there, scores 60, 70, 80 goals when they're 8 years old, 10 years old. Maybe you think of them as a puck hog. Maybe you are a puck hog. It doesn't matter. We're talking today about how development happens at different ages, and kids, why you can kind of relax a little bit on the front of where you're at today, as long as you're willing to understand what you need to do to get to where you want to be. All right. We all have dreams. We all have goals. All right. I'm sure you listening, kids, you have a place you want to be in this game, and that's great. But the work to do that, to get there, takes place in the now. So we want to talk to both of those players today. The kid who is phenomenal, again, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and maybe the kid who's struggling a little bit. You're not where you want to be. You're watching that kid score all the goals. How do you compartmentalize the mindset in both ways? So, Mike, let's start with the superstar kid, right? They always go first anyway. They're out there scoring all the goals. I think it's really important that we talk for a minute about it. It's so wonderful that you have that talent. We are not taking that away, but you got to learn to become well-rounded, kid. And if you're not going to do that, it's going to hurt you later down the line.
Yeah, what's the saying? With great talent comes great responsibility, right? With great power, right? And it comes great responsibility. And I think that's like for you as a player, that's performing at a very high level, that's leading their team, that's doing all the things that we would expect a great player to be able to do and want to do. We want you to score goals. We want you to lead our team. We want you to win games for us. But I think with that, uplifting the players around you, being a great person in the locker room and on the bench, and deliberately knowing that you need to be a well-rounded person and player to succeed at the higher levels of where you want to go. That starts now. It starts at 8, 9, 10 years old. And those kind of qualities will actually follow you for many, many years, more than just scoring goals. So I think, knowing that you have this great gift at this early age, which is great. We all love it. And obviously, if you're that player, you probably get a lot of that positive reinforcement anyway. I think now you have to remember, well, what can I do to the players around me to help uplift them, and then develop all the other skill sets around what I'm already good at.
Yeah, we've said it on the episode too, kids, that good players can go down there and score whenever they want, but great players make everyone around them better. And that is a very important skill as you get older, because, and I'll use this kind of transition a bit, as you get older and as you make better teams, everyone starts to be better. Everyone starts to be a better player. And what separates you at that level is your ability to understand the game and be well-rounded and pass and see open ice and understand situational awareness, right? So if you're tremendous right now, congratulations. I really do mean that. Parents listening too. If your kid has a lot of talent, 8, 9, 10, that's wonderful. But here's the deal, and here's the truth. Kids are going to grow. Kids are going to get bigger. Kids are going to get faster. And then the grinders are coming. All right? And I'll tell you right now that if you have talent and not a great work ethic, you are going to get lapped. I'm going to say that again, kids, so you hear me. If you have talent and you do not have the work ethic, you will get beaten by someone who does. Now, if you are the kid that is out on that ice every chance you can get, you're outside on the rollerblades, you're outside in your street, every chance working, keep going, kid. You're doing great. Now, if you're the kid that's doing all that and you're not where you want to be in the game, guess what my advice is? Keep going, kid. You're going to do great. All right. So if you're the kid out there that does not have the talent that you want, the hard work is everything. And keeping in mind, too, everyone develops at a different rate, especially when you're young. Okay. Again, talking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, too, as well. All right. Just keep putting in the time. If you're wanting to be better and not putting in the time, it's the same message. You're not going to get where you want to go. Dreams without action are just dreams. Okay. Action is where you get going. So if you're the grinder that's not the best kid on your team, but you're on the ice and you're working hard and you're finding ways to get better, give it time. It'll come to pass. I promise. Okay. Even if you don't have the greatest athletic ability, there's nothing that replaces hard work. All right. You will get better. Mike, I can think of a kid right now on my elementary school team. Every time I go to stick and puck, every time he's there, no matter what. And I'm watching this kid get better and better and better. And I would not say he was an impact player last year. I can already tell you he's going to be an impact player this year just from watching him. So that work ethic for the kid, for both kids, is super duper important. But Mike, talk to the kid. Maybe they're not where they want to be. They want to get better. They're struggling. Maybe the confidence isn't where it needs to be. What do they need to do?
Yeah, I think one of the first things I would do is just embrace the fact of the hard work. Embrace the fact that you can get better at something that contribute to your team. Figure out ways, and I think a great strategy for those players that this kind of stuff doesn't come naturally to, and that the work has to go in, is to start establishing some small little goals for yourself. Yeah. Maybe you want to get a little faster. Maybe you want to be able to work on one edge and then the other. Maybe you want to, depending on what age you are, maybe you want to be really good at stopping both ways. Maybe you want to be good at pivoting. Like, find something that you can accomplish very easily, and with a little bit of hard work. And I think to Lee's point, you can't just wish you're going to get better. You have to put the work in, and it doesn't mean you have to go to open hockey every day. It means you have to do something that's going to contribute to you getting better in your role on the team. And your role might not be the goal scorer. So if that's not your role, then be really good at winning puck battles. Be really good at boxing out. Be really good at, stopping rebounds. Just find ways to enhance your game so that when you do get opportunities, you can contribute.
Look, I'll tell you a quick story, kids, too, that when I started playing, I was a later player, right? I didn't start till I was 12. And I really was not a great goal scorer. So I learned how to pass. And becoming a playmaker really affected my future because coaches were looking for that. But that ability to make great passes came from my inability to do something else. I didn't get lost in the idea of, I'm not great at scoring. That would come later in my life, but I turned it into something valuable for myself. Okay. So kids, just something to think about. Now, here's another point too, Mike. Kids, if you're listening to this show, one of two things happened. You're really into hockey, or your parents wanted you to listen to this. Both of those are great reasons. But this mindset that we're talking about is not limited to hockey. This is anything you want to do in your life. If you want to be a great musician, a great writer, a great actor, anything, great video game player, you got to put the work in. That doesn't mean play video games all day. But again, you got to be able to put the work in to whatever you want to do. So your ability to do this is not just to what you love. It's got to be everything. I've said this before. Do you clean your room well? Do you take out the garbage well? Do you eat well? Those are all parts of this because you can't just do it on the ice or in the street. It's an all the time thing. And I also have to say this, kids, if you're 8, 9, 10 years old and you don't care either way at this age, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're realistic about the outcomes. You can't sit there going, I'm going to play in the NHL and not do anything. That's not realistic. But if you're sitting there going, I don't care about any of this. I just want to have fun with my friends. That's great too. That's great too. Because here's the big point. You got to love the game. You got to love what you're doing. If that's not there, none of this really matters. That's number one. Also, too, don't panic, kids. When you're young, you want everything immediately. Everything you want it right now. Unfortunately, that's not how life works most of the time. You've got to take your time. And kids, development takes time, years. I am still learning about the game. All right. Some people call me an adult. I think I'm an overgrown child. It doesn't matter. I'm still learning about the game all the time. The learning never ends. All right. You can, we use the term mastery. Even when you master something, you want to learn more. You want to keep going, but it takes time. Don't panic. Mike, any final thoughts here before we close this up?
No, just whether you're a superstar right now and best player in a team, or you're a player that's struggling and wants to get into the lineup. I mean, nothing beats hard work, and nothing beats getting up and putting in a little bit of effort to get better every day. And if you're listening to this in the off season, going in, you just need. I mean, nobody's. You don't have to change your whole life. It's 20 minutes, 15 minutes, just getting a little bit of work in, thinking about your forward progress, and it's going to pay dividends when the season rolls around.
Yeah, I agree 100%, Mike. And I'm going to resonate what you just said. Nothing beats hard work. Nothing. With anything in your life, kids, right? Just remember, it's great to have dreams. We will never tell you not to have a dream and not to pursue a dream. I'll tell you this, though. No guarantees you're going to accomplish that dream. But I can guarantee you will not get close if you don't put the work in. All right? But you have the right to try, and you're going to get a lot further by trying than if you don't. So if you're not sure you want to do more, get up and do more. You can do it. We believe in you. Okay? Kids, no matter where you're at on that journey, I'm going to say it again. We believe in you. You should too. Remember to skate hard, have fun. We'll see you on the next Ride to the Rink. Skate on, everybody.